Ever had a surprise visit turn your world upside down? Eli thought he was just dropping by to see his old friend Lucas. But what he found was a connection he never expected with Lucas's mum, Monica. One rainy evening changes everything, leaving secrets that could shatter friendships forever. Dive into this tale of unexpected passion and hidden desires. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more gripping stories. I never imagined that a single unplanned visit could alter everything. I simply wanted to catch my friend off guard. Instead, I uncovered a side of his life I was never supposed to encounter. And then there was Monica, his mother, who wasn't just kind and inviting. She was mesmerizing. Her smile, her voice, the way she looked at me that evening, everything changed. I swear I attempted to divert my gaze, but the rain kept me there, alone with her. And what transpired next? God, I never saw it coming. Welcome back to Vows and Betrayals, where the most enticing stories await you. Be sure to subscribe to stay updated with our latest tales. Let me introduce myself. I am Eli, a 26-year-old software developer immersed in the tech world at a small company just outside the city's chaos. Lucas and I became friends in college, and over time, we've remained close. Today's story revolves around an unexpected day that changed everything for me and his family. Lucas and I have been friends for years. Yet, my heart has always been drawn to his mother, Monica. Her warmth and energy are utterly captivating. Each time I visited, I often found myself talking with her, sometimes even more than with Lucas. She has a carefree spirit, enjoys my humor, and honestly, she is beautiful. She has an undeniable charm that captivates me completely. On a day that stretched before me like a blank canvas, I decided to surprise Lucas with an unannounced visit. I didn't think much of it. I grabbed my keys and left, not bothering to call ahead. I imagined it as a delightful and spontaneous reunion. Upon arriving, I found the house empty of Lucas. Yet, Monica greeted me at the door, her expression one of surprise at my presence. With a warm smile, she welcomed me, her soft laughter echoing as she invited me in. "What a delightful surprise," she remarked, her signature smile lighting up her face. "Lucas didn't mention your impending arrival." I offered a gentle smile, my fingers grazing the nape of my neck. I thought a surprise would delight him. I responded with a light-hearted chuckle. She gracefully moved to the side. "Though he is absent at the moment, you are more than welcome to remain until his return." At that moment, a torrential rainstorm unleashed its fury, abruptly complicating any attempt to depart. Monica cast a fleeting look out the window, her eyebrow arching in curiosity before she redirected her gaze toward me. "You're certainly not going anywhere in this weather," she remarked, her smile broadening. "It appears that your stay will be extended just a bit longer." I nodded, a quiet satisfaction blooming within me at the chance to linger a little longer. She guided me into the living room, and there we made ourselves comfortable. The gentle patter of rain enveloped us in a serene, cozy ambience as we engaged in our conversation. Her presence captivated me increasingly as the rain drummed softly against the windows. Monica extended a comforting cup of tea towards me. In the warmth of the inviting living room, our conversation meandered through the realms of work life and naturally touched upon Lucas. Her laughter danced gently in the air, wrapping around me like a warm embrace, instantly creating a sense of belonging. From time to time, our gazes would intertwine, holding a moment longer than expected. and I sensed that delicate connection igniting between us. As we conversed, she reclined in her chair, effortlessly crossing her legs. Her posture exuded a graceful confidence that was impossible to overlook. She had reached the age of 50, yet there lingered an essence within her that felt utterly ageless. Her energy and her smile exuded a vibrancy that felt undeniably youthful. Leaving me utterly captivated, I attempted to conceal it, yet I believe she caught on as her eyes sparkled with mirth each time I glanced in her direction. "So, Eli," she remarked with a teasing grin, breaking into my reverie. "You seem rather silent this evening. Is there a thought lingering in your mind?" Surprised, I fumbled my words, letting out a nervous laugh. I suppose I never anticipated finding myself in this situation. Only the two of us. She inclined her head, her eyes radiating warmth and playful allure. "Ah, what a delightful surprise," she murmured gently. "Lucas doesn't settle in one place much these days, and it's a pleasure to have some company." Though her words flowed effortlessly, the warmth in her tone sent a thrill through me, quickening my pulse. Our dialogue flowed seamlessly, gradually shifting into more intimate territory. She recounted tales from her youth, the aspirations that once filled her heart, and the transformations her life had undergone through the passage of time. I became utterly captivated, clinging to each word with rapt attention. With each passing hour, the storm outside escalated in ferocity, offering no indication of abating. Monica cast a fleeting look at the clock before turning her gaze back to me, a contemplative smile gracing her lips. "It appears the weather won't be improving any time soon," she remarked. "The rain is pouring heavily outside." I nodded, my gaze drifting to the window where the torrential rain poured relentlessly. "It seems I won't be able to return home this evening." She nodded, her voice a gentle whisper of comprehension. "Of course. You are more than welcome to remain here if you wish. Lucas's chamber lies just a short passage away." A smile graced my lips, a blend of gratitude and the exhilarating thrill simmering within me. "Thank you, Monica. Your consideration would mean a great deal to me." She vanished for a brief moment, only to reappear with additional blankets, which she gently laid on the couch beside me. As our hands grazed during the exchange, a wave of warmth coursed through me, prompting my gaze to rise and meet hers. She locked her eyes with mine, her demeanor gentle and welcoming, and for an instant the world beyond us appeared to dissolve into nothingness. "You know," she said softly, her voice barely above a whisper, "I've always thought you were a charming young man, and now that you're here, it's truly been lovely to talk. Just the two of us." My heart quickened. "I share your sentiments, Monica," I responded. The atmosphere surrounding us was laden with emotions left unsaid. Her gaze met mine, a silent inquiry reflected in her eyes, and gradually she inched nearer. Her warmth enveloped me, the delicate fragrance of her perfume weaving through the air that separated us. In that instant, I realized this was a memory that would forever linger in my mind. She lingered in my gaze for just a heartbeat more, and in that fleeting moment, I glimpsed the warmth that danced within her eyes. In that moment, she held my gaze, her hand gliding over to gently sweep a stray lock of hair from my forehead. Her fingers lingering just a heartbeat longer than needed. My breath hitched as her touch ignited a thrill within me, and I instinctively leaned into her hand. "Eli," she murmured gently, as if releasing a breath of longing. "You truly are remarkable." The words hung in the atmosphere, and at that instant, I found myself unable to restrain any longer. As I drew nearer, I softly grasped her hand within my own. Her skin radiated warmth and softness, and she remained close, not pulling away. Instead, she leaned in, her lips slightly parted as though beckoning me to draw nearer. My heart raced as I leaned in, brushing my lips against hers. Hesitant at the beginning, she replied, her kiss soft and inviting, her hand delicately cradling my cheek. We lingered for a heartbeat, and as our gazes intertwined once more, certainty flowed effortlessly between us. I encircled her with my arm, drawing her nearer as our kiss deepened. A fervor that had been simmering throughout the evening. She exhaled gently against my lips, her fingers gliding to the nape of my neck, drawing me closer as though she had longed for this moment as well. Her touch ignited a spark within me, compelling my fingers to explore the gentle curve of her waist, savoring the warmth that radiated beneath my fingertips. Gradually, she withdrew, her eyes sparkling with a mischievous light. "You know," she whispered, "I never thought this would happen. But now, well, I suppose we both understand where this is headed." I offered a smile and a nod of acknowledgement. I find joy in that fact. The rain cascaded relentlessly outside. Yet within these walls, a sense of warmth and intimacy enveloped the space. She reclined into the couch, drawing me in beside her, and I encircled her with my arms, holding her tightly. Her fingers glided over my back, each caress igniting a fresh warmth that blossomed between us. Our lips connected once more, this time with a profound depth, a shared intimacy. Her hands roamed with curiosity, her warmth beckoning me as if she had long anticipated this moment just as fervently as I had. Her fingers moved down my arms, a feather-like trace that danced with mischief, and I found myself smiling against her face. She gazed at me, her eyes radiating warmth, her fingers gently resting against my torso as if to feel the rapid beat of my heart beneath her brush. I bent low, moving in close to her shoulder, allowing the brush to linger as I sensed her shiver in response to my closeness. Every moment seemed to stretch into eternity, and I surrendered to the comfort of her hold, our hearts synchronizing as the rain cascaded outside. She let out a gentle sigh, her body arching just enough for my hand to discover the delicate curve of her waist, a flawless match beneath my fingertips. Emboldened by her reaction, I allowed my hand to glide gently, following the contours of her back, savoring the warmth that seeped through the delicate fabric of her sweater. She released a gentle murmur, her hand settling gently on my shoulder, drawing me nearer. Her warmth wrapping around me, and the sensation was irresistibly magnetic. I found myself drawn closer, my lips grazing the delicate curve of her neck, relishing the velvety texture of her skin and the subtle tremor that coursed through her as she tilted her head, beckoning me to explore deeper. I leaned in gently, eliciting a deeper reaction from her as I cautiously attempted to slide my hands beneath her sweater. The sensation of her softness enveloped me, igniting a surge of energy within. I could no longer resist the urge to delve deeper into her essence. Our gazes intertwined, and an unspoken connection blossomed between us. I leaned in once more, kissing her with a depth that allowed me to savor every fleeting moment. My hand grazed her hip, and I sensed her pulse racing beneath my fingertips. She appeared to surrender entirely to my embrace, her form fitting seamlessly against me as I drew her near. Each touch now resonated with a sense of ease, a deeper connection. She gazed at me, her eyes radiating warmth, brimming with emotions we struggled to articulate. With a gentle smile, she reclined into the couch, leading my hand to her shoulder, her fingers intertwining with mine. I allowed my other hand to glide down her leg, sensing the warmth beneath my palm as I gently caressed her thigh. The intimacy we shared was unmistakable, and our kisses lingered, relishing each instant as our bond intensified, causing me to forget everything except the sensation of her presence enveloping me. As we separated, gasping for air and disoriented, the outside world had undergone a remarkable transformation. The rain fell steadily, enveloping us in a soft, subdued atmosphere that created a cocoon of intimacy around us. I could perceive the softness of her cheeks, the way her lips shimmered from our kisses, kindling a flame of longing deep inside me. I had never experienced anything quite like it. A raw bond that pulled me nearer to her, compelling me to delve deeper. Perhaps we ought to relocate to a more inviting setting, she proposed, her voice soft and alluring, tinged with a hint of playfulness. I could only nod, a wave of exhilaration washing over me as she guided me down the softly illuminated hallway toward her bedroom. The door slowly swung open, unveiling a space that exuded intimacy and warmth, gently illuminated by the soft glow of a lamp. The room, adorned with exquisite furnishings, came alive in the most enchanting way through her presence. She pivoted to confront me, her eyes unwavering and brimming with intensity. The atmosphere around us heavy with expectation as the door clicked softly closed behind us. The echo filled the stillness, amplifying the significance of the moment. I moved nearer, irresistibly attracted to her, much like a moth, captivated by a flickering flame. My heart quickened as she approached me. I extended my hand towards hers, our fingers weaving together, the heat of her touch igniting a spark within me. With a tender pull, I drew her nearer, my other hand gliding over her waist, savoring the warmth of her form pressed against me. She gazed up at me, her eyes glimmering with a blend of longing and playfulness, and I sensed my determination wane as I bent closer, sealing her lips with mine once again. The kiss intensified, a fervent exchange as I drew her closer, our forms aligning seamlessly. Her warmth enveloped me, each kiss igniting electric waves coursing through my veins. Her hands glided over my arms, mapping the contours of my muscles before weaving through my hair, drawing me nearer and compelling me to delve deeper. As I pulled away from the kiss, I gazed into her eyes, witnessing the mirrored intensity and fervor we had sparked within one another. I leaned my forehead against hers, relishing the instant, caught in a whirlwind of exhilaration and vulnerability. "Do you truly believe this is the right course of action?" I murmured, my voice scarcely rising above a whisper. Her response manifested as a gentle smile, accompanied by a nod as her gaze intertwined with mine. "I've never been more sure of anything," she replied, her voice unwavering and imbued with warmth. With that affirmation, I bent down once more, sealing my lips against hers. This time I took a step back, softly, leading her onto the bed. The mattress embraced her with a softness that beckoned, and as she surrendered to its comfort, I lingered above, the tension in the atmosphere thick and electric. I lingered, allowing my lips to glide along her neck, planting gentle kisses on her collarbone, relishing each instant as I sensed her body quiver under my caress. Her fingers glided over my back, coaxing me forward as I journeyed through her form, relishing each gasp, each sigh that slipped from her lips. I halted briefly, my gaze descending upon her. The gaze she cast upon me, brimming with yearning and faith, left me utterly speechless. I drew nearer, our forms synchronizing seamlessly as I pressed against her. My hand grazed her thigh, a gentle yet assertive touch that sent a shiver coursing through us both. As the rain relentlessly pounded against the window, I became enveloped in her presence. The outside world dissolving into nothingness, I advanced with fervor, driven by the bond we shared. Each kiss, each caress, delving into the profound realms of our longings. Our bodies danced in harmony, enveloped in the intoxicating rhythm of desire. And a wave of contentment surged through me as each fleeting moment drew us nearer. The night unfurled, rich with hushed giggles and breaths of delight as we surrendered entirely to one another. The lines of our friendship faded, giving way to a connection that was richer, more untamed, and profoundly beautiful. Never had I envisioned that a night could reveal itself in such a manner. Every moment drew us nearer, enveloping us in a tide of closeness. As fatigue settled in, I found myself lying beside her, my arm wrapped gently around her shoulders in a protective embrace. We found ourselves breathless, our exhales intertwining as we absorbed the remnants of our shared experience. Her fingers danced gently across my chest, and I bent down to place a tender kiss on her forehead, relishing the warmth of her body pressed against me. This evening was nothing short of extraordinary. I whispered, my heart brimming with feelings I struggled to articulate. She faced me, a gentle smile illuminating her features. Indeed it was, she responded, her eyes glimmering with delight and a touch of playful intrigue. This feels like something I could easily acclimate to. As we surrendered to the embrace of sleep, the rain outside softened its rhythm. Yet within us, our hearts remained entwined, irrevocably transformed by this unforeseen night of desire. In that moment, I realized it was merely the dawn of something extraordinary. A narrative intricately crafted with strands of longing, camaraderie, and blossoming affection. We reclined, wrapped in one another's embrace, savoring the warmth of our shared intimacy. The outside world gradually resumed its familiar rhythm. The rain had eased, and the gentle drumming against the window provided a calming backdrop to our hushed exchanges and quiet chuckles. As I began to surrender to the embrace of slumber, the sudden piercing chime of the doorbell yanked me back to consciousness. I stood still, my heart pounding as I stole a glance at her. A blend of astonishment and dread flickered in her gaze. The weight of the moment descended upon us with undeniable force. Her son, who is my friend, was at home. Could that be him? She started, her voice scarcely rising above a whisper. Indeed, it is he, I responded, my thoughts swirling in a tempest. In a flurry, we hurried to compose ourselves. Yet, the desperate shuffling of fabric and garments only intensified the disorder around us. The doorbell chimed once more, its tone more insistent this time, sending a jolt through my veins. Quick! Hide! She urged, her eyes wide with urgency. I surveyed the room, my eyes darting in a frantic quest for an escape. In a moment of instinct, I plunged into the closet, my back pressed firmly against the wall. My heart thudded in my ears. I paused, my breath caught in my throat, eager to catch the faintest sound from beyond the bedroom door. Mother, are you present at home? I caught the sound of my friend's voice reverberating through the halls of the house. I had a feeling I would discover you in this place, he remarked as she opened the door to the living room. Her demeanor transformed from flustered to composed. Indeed, I am present, she responded, her tone unwavering even as turmoil swirled within her chest. I caught a glimpse of her through the back of the closet door, standing resolute, her face revealing no hint of emotion. Her poise in that tense moment was nothing short of admirable. "Did you get caught in the storm?" he inquired, crossing the threshold, blissfully oblivious to the tension that hung in the air of the house. I held my breath, yearning to glimpse his expression, pondering the depths of his awareness. "Just a little shower," she replied, a trace of nervousness threading through her voice. "But I'm fine." "How did your day unfold?" "It was quite enjoyable. I was hoping we might spend some time together." "I brought some snacks from the store," he said, a cheerful smile lighting up his face. A smirk crept onto my face, a blend of amusement and irony at the ordinariness of his words, especially in light of the intensity of the moment we had just experienced. "Certainly. Just a moment," she replied, casting a glance toward the bedroom door as if she could feel my presence. I paused, anticipation coursing through me as I awaited the unfolding of events. Would she extend an invitation for him to enter? Would he perceive that something was not quite right? "All right, I'll be right there," she said, pivoting away from the door and making her way back to me. Her eyes sparkled with resolve, a fierce determination to seize this moment and not let it fade into the past. "Hurry! Put on your clothes," she urged, her heart pounding in sync with my own. I hurriedly donned my clothes, striving to silence the tumult of my racing thoughts. The faint sounds of my friend shuffling about in the living room reached my ears, accompanied by the soft rustle of bags as he sifted through their contents. "Do you suppose he is aware?" I inquired softly, a tremor of anxiety threading through my tone. "No, he can't," she replied, biting her lip, a blend of excitement and trepidation flickering across her features. "Simply behave as you usually would. We shall find a way." With a final look exchanged between us, we steeled ourselves for the inevitable return to the world beyond. I emerged from the closet, my heart racing, and entered the living room just as my friend pivoted to face us, a broad grin illuminating his features. "At last, here you stand." Crossed my mind that perhaps you were evading my presence. He chuckled, entirely unaware of the electric tension surrounding him. She replied smoothly, just getting a few things organized, shooting me a glance that spoke volumes. As the evening unfolded, the air was thick with laughter, a vibrant veil that concealed the tension and the unvoiced thoughts lingering in the space between us. My heart raced, the echoes of our passion haunting the recesses of my thoughts. In that fleeting moment, enveloped by the warmth of camaraderie and the exhilarating rush of newfound emotions, I grasped a singular truth amidst the delicate interplay of friendship and burgeoning feelings. This marked the inception of a complex and exquisite narrative that neither of us could have foreseen. Some moments leave no evidence, no photos, no words, no trace, but they live inside you like a slow burning secret. What happened between Monica and me was never supposed to happen, but it did. And now, every time I see Lucas, I wonder if he knows. If he ever sensed that something sacred had quietly cracked. It wasn't just a night of desire. It was the beginning of a silence that may never be spoken aloud, but will echo inside me forever. Have you ever kept a secret that changed everything? One choice, one night, and nothing is ever the same again. Tell me, would you have walked away? or would you have stayed?